Everyone, hope everything is going well. I wanted to talk today on how Satoshi Nakamoto, how I believe this guy is not the guy responsible for Bitcoin. And I think it could be deeper than that. And there was an article written in, I think it's 2019. It's on this site called Wire.com by Evan Ratliff. Was Bitcoin created by this international drug dealer? And he went down the rabbit hole and he thinks it could be Paul LeRoux. Paul LeRoux right now is in prison for doing all sorts of hanky panky behavior, running a cartel, killing multiple people, and he's in jail for about 25 years, but that's only because he's an informant to the DEA. And this is on news.bitcoin.com, the many facts pointing to Paul LeRoux being Satoshi Nakamoto. And one of the weirdest things is that you have Paul LeRoux had a fake document, or he had a passport, and one of his names was Saloshi Calder LeRoux. Okay? Look at this carefully. Saloshi. That sounds like Satoshi. It's just it's that he's dropping breadcrumbs and he's not cleaning up after it. And there's some other things out there. We can read over here on this website. There are a number of reasons why people believe LaRue may have created Bitcoin, and the first circumstantial evidence appeared during the Climbing versus Wright lawsuit. During the discovery in the lawsuit, Craig Wright filed a motion for a protective order, and the filing had a significant number of redactions. However, one was unredacted footnote in Wright's filing called Document 187, which was the URL to Paul LeRoux's Wikipedia page. As soon as this unredacted footnote was made public, it went viral on cryptocurrency forums and social media platforms like Twitter. People began to suggest that LaRue was possibly Bitcoin's creator and somehow Wright obtained access to the criminal's hard drives. And if you go into it, LaRue was responsible for creating an open source disk encryption platform called E4M. And there was an E4M called TrueCrypt, but LaRue denies the involvement with it. Okay, okay, okay. Here's the thing. There was an anonymous person that posted this screenshot, this ID here. It wasn't a passport, so sorry about that. Is from Congo. Once again, Saloshi. Sounds like Satoshi. I think that's one of the biggest signs out there. The other weird part about this, if you look over here, and a lot of people are talking about this, is that he was arrested in 2012. Satoshi went missing basically in 2010. He said, "Oh, I have to take care of other projects." So, hey, look, haven't heard from Satoshi. And right around the time he stopped posting, this individual, Paul, got arrested. Just just a mere coincidence. You tell me what's going on, right? And there's other people out there, like I told you, Ian Ratliff in this Wired article, it's saying that he believes LaRue created this Bitcoin network. I talked about that over there. This was a weird thing too. In 2020, LaRue told a Manhattan judge he's going to start a business selling and hosting Bitcoin miners. And just in air quotes, you could look at these. These optimizations have allowed me to create ASIC chip design and therefore ASIC miners that have an order of magnitude faster at Bitcoin mining than any other design. To this end, I plan to publish my knowledge and skills to a better and legal use. All right. So then it says in this article that there isn't this is just circumstantial evidence and the evidence isn't strong, but here's the thing. Once again, Satoshi, okay? Let's go this. Do you know of any Satoshi? Let's try to look at the name Satoshi name origin. Okay. Like I can't find Soloshi out there. Have never heard of the name Soloshi. That's why, and I could be wrong, but it just, once again, that I think the smoking gun to this. And in addition to this, why would this guy, if he is the creator, Paul, why would he create it? If you're a criminal and you want a decentralized way of moving money, would that be for money laundering purposes? That's what I would think. Because if you're not breaking any rules, you could bank anywhere. Now, if you have a criminal record, okay, it becomes a little harder to move money around. So there's one aspect. And now, if you want me to go to tinfoil rabbit hole, so if the feds know that LaRue is actually Satoshi, they may just want to be like, hey, look, let's just get everybody hooked on this crypto stuff. Let's start pumping it up on CNBC. They started pumping this up with Mount Gox. A lot of people got burned in Mount Gox. So even though I knew about Bitcoin a decade ago, I probably would have been burned and lost my money in Mount Gox. And people are saying, oh, you're jealous that Bitcoin's gone up. Like, look, I played around in Coinbase MicroStrategy a couple of years ago, and I still have Coinbase. I still have some miners. I still am playing around at Gemini. And even though I think it's BS, it has no intrinsic value, the technicals, are ripe for an altcoin mania right now. That's just my opinion. Now, I do have ways of getting out and protecting myself from downside risk, unlike many of the bag holders that will come about. But going back to Paul Leroux, and maybe the US government, deep state, wanted this, wanted people to get onto crypto. They will say, hey, let's get the libertarians in, decentralized government and all that stuff. Decentralized currency. It's decentralized in many people's eyes in the beginning, but over time, the government comes in and they want to crack down on it. So it's not decentralized whatsoever. Two, do we can we even prove Satoshi was the guy that created it? I don't think so. I'm leaning towards Paul, and I'm also thinking that the powers that be wanted to promote this with Wall Street to have digital back currency, CDBC, central bank digital currency. That's what they want. And I think we're going to get it down the road. So I think this is what this Bitcoin thing is all about. It still has no intrinsic value. Yes, I trade it, but once again, you can trade things even though you may not agree with the premise of it. Like you may not like, some of these big ag companies, but you could still trade it. I don't like what they do, but hey, look, if there's an opportunity to trade it, I'm gonna trade it, you know? It is what it is. I want to hear your thoughts about this, any Bitcoin bull. Do you seriously believe that Satoshi is the guy that created it? Because I don't. And I'm leaning towards this Paul Leroux guy. He has the background. He wanted to move money around. What's the best way to do it? Create a fake character, and then people won't look into you, but eventually he did get busted. So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Talk to you later. Bye.